Hello and welcome to GPTV on Tuesday the 14th of December. My name's Philip Kingston.
Oh, I thought you were actually going to introduce me there, but I'll introduce myself. Viewers, Jeremy Rosens is my name.
Jeremy Rosens, great to have you on
pleasure.
GPTV. I know you do the monthly wrap with Gary, but
I haven't done one for a long time.
Why would that be?
Well, COVID got in the way, and Gary's probably got some growth on his face or something, or my hair wasn't right, so we cancelled it for the year.
Gary does not have a growth on his face. Gary did have some cosmetic surgery. He won't say it's cosmetic surgery, but he had some skin, I don't know what.
Technically cosmetic surgery.
Skin enhancement. We would call it surgery, but he would call it something else medically required. And that's what happens, Gary. If you're not going to come in and present this show every Tuesday, you're going to cop some flack. Anyway, Jeremy, great to have you on board.
Pleasure to be
You're
here.
always a great anchor. Tell me, for those viewers that have forgotten about Jeremy, Jeremy runs our very successful St Kilda operation out of Inkerman Street, St Kilda, where we have two offers, not one, 33 and 55 Inkerman. Tell us about your year. Summary.
Summary, open, lockdown, reopened.
Yep.
That's the summary, but there was a massive end to the year for our team and I think for our whole team. So very excited to be here in December and the sun's out and the gun's out and everybody's excited about the end of the year.
And some exciting news coming out of your office, which we will not unveil on this episode, but some really exciting news to come out of your office. Stay tuned for 2022 when Jeremy Rosens takes the wraps off this incredible new thing that you've got happening, which we will be very careful about. Jem, how's the family? Tell the viewers your kids are growing up. It's a bit scary.
It is a bit scary. My son now is 15. He's actually coaching basketball, so he's now teaching kids, which is kind of odd given that he is a kid. And my daughter is shooting up, and she's 12, and all is well in the house.
Shooting up in height, of course. For those of you that know about, been watching any shows about drugs, shooting up in terms of height.
Yes, indeed. That's not what. Yes, I'm not even going to touch that, Phil.
And viewers, speaking of drugs, and of course at Gary Piran Associates, we do not condone recreational drug use. But if you want to watch the
Is there any other drug use that you condone, or is it just drug use full stop?
Well, that's the segue to what I'm about to say. I am watching the most fascinating series on, I think it's Disney. Stay tuned. I'll let you know if it's not Disney. But I'm watching...
Fascinating in Disney, I wouldn't have thought. And drugs, I wouldn't have put them all together.
Disney's putting out some amazing things. There is a show that I'm now watching, and you'll love it, called Dope Sick, which is DOPESICK, as in dope and sick put together. Anyway, it is the true story of the opioid epidemic in America from late 1990s through to the mid 2010s. No, somewhat after Reagan.
Okay.
But fascinating to see what's possible. Terrible, terrible story. True story. Dope sick. If you want to watch something...
You should just come down to St Kilda office. If you need a little bit of an update, you don't have to worry about the Disney Channel.
Watch Dope Sick. If you watch one thing over summer, it's absolutely fascinating. You getting away over summer?
I hope to, Phil. I like to keep my holidays under... I don't like to expose them on TV, but I dare say I'll hopefully be heading somewhere in the northern states of Australia.
That is if the good Anastasia
Palaszczuk,
Anastasia Palaszczuk, if she does let us through the
She
border.
let people in yesterday.
Did she?
At 1 a.m.
Yeah, but it's whether she lets you back out again is a
true.
whole new thing. But
That's
we
true.
hope for Queensland's sake, and we hope for all of those people that are wanting to holiday in Queensland over summer, that they do get to go on holidays.
Oh, I should ask you if you're going away, Phil.
I am thinking about going to Queensland. We've got a booking late January, first week of February. Bit of a family holiday. Don't know whether we'll be going there yet, family. Just
don't worry. They don't watch this show, Phil.
No, well, my wife does. She does. Anyway, getting back to real estate.
If your wife watches, between last week and this week, something happened in your family, which I think is worth noting if your wife does watch the show. And don't look blankly down the screen.
Which was my wife's birthday.
Correct.
Yeah,
Phil.
no, I did a shout out.
Oh,
if you watched the show, you would have seen that we did a shout out. And we had a lovely meal at Frederick.
With a C on the end.
Frederick with the C, maybe at the end, which is in Cremorne. If you like French bistros,
I do.
It's got a very cool bar next to it. Anyway, lovely. It's by the children of Jacques Raymond. So it's the Jacques Raymond group.
Okay.
Frederick
Good pedigree,
and
Phil.
I just want to say thank you very much to Ted McDonald, who sent
Macca, as he's affectionately known.
who sent
It's
sent
McDonald.
Ted McDonald, course, Ted McDonald. Love the show, but Happy Hammond wants Philip to give him back that suit.
Who's Happy Hammond?
So I think Happy Hammond is some
Google that.
clown from the 1970s. So Ted, thank you for the shout out. Thank you. And I was just having a chat with Jeremy off screen about whether my clothing habits had acquired the appropriate level of sophistication and taste, and I did get somewhat of a slapping down from Jeremy.
Just a bit of feedback, Phil. I don't want to look. You asked the question. I wanted to be as honest and as appropriate as I probably held back, to be fair. But it's nice to see you in blue today.
Well, I might well tone down, but I have spent a lot of money over the last couple of months investing in a wardrobe of sports jackets. The pink one, you're not a fancy.
Look, I think it's for an appropriate setting, and I don't think an auction is quite the appropriate setting for the pink jacket and the white pants.
Big weekend in Melbourne real estate last weekend, Jem.
Huge.
We had a massive weekend. We came through with a 79% clearance rate, put those towers up against the industry average, which came in at 74, but has always knocked back to 70, so we'll call it 70.
I reckon it's even less, if you ask me.
Well, the truth, let's not let the truth get in the way of great stories, but massive amount of stock.
Huge.
Massive.
I feel like every weekend for the past month and a half has been a super Saturday or super weekend. It's kind of been that way all the way since we came out of lockdown, essentially.
So what's interesting, I think, because we've had these massive weekends as a result of both spring and the pent-up demand and supply issues through lockdown. But I think it's interesting because we're coming through the end of 2021 where our numbers of sales transactions are well up on 2020. So let's just close the door on this whole COVID story so we could have just one uninterrupted year moving forward. It'd be nice.
Uninterrupted week would be good.
That's it. COVID people dropping like flies left, right and centre, but at least now, if you're in the presence of somebody with COVID, as far as I understand, you have to isolate until you get a test.
Yes, I am the resident COVID expert. I can talk at great length. Well, if you, for example, God forbid, were COVID positive tomorrow, I would need to get a test, a PCR test, and I would have to isolate until I get a negative result.
Right. Okay.
If I got a positive result,
well,
you'd be at home for 10 days isolating. I'd now be at home for 10 days. My family would only be at home for 7 days because I'm double vaxxed, as are they.
See, I'm lost.
across it all.
I'm lost already. Let's talk about some of the sold properties.
Let's look at them, Phil.
Let's talk about some of the sold properties from the weekend. Viewers, what you might not know, but we had 6 auctions midweek. Midweek auctions are becoming a thing, Jeremy. Are we going to move those into February, March, April? Will it become part of the real estate diet?
The short answer to that is yes, absolutely we will be. And we have historically, but I think that the agility of the marketplace is such that you could have an auction any time of the day on any day and people would show up.
So you're a fan. Would you auction your own home midweek?
100% I would.
Well, just to put my money where my mouth is, I did have a property a few years ago which we did sell on a Thursday evening. A lot of people there. The crowds on our Thursday evening have been really good.
They're big, they're engaged because there's nothing else happening. And we do put on a bit of a show, so it is a bit of light entertainment for the kids in the street as well.
Yes.
There's always refreshments with our van, so it is somewhat of an outing for families to go and have a watch at one of our midweek auctions.
Absolutely, and we had a midweek auction on the 8th. I think that was a Wednesday evening, although I may be corrected. But the price is undisclosed, but it was a sale in Oxford Street where we held that auction midweek in
Oxford Street where, Phil?
Oxford Street in Malvern.
Salubrious surrounds,
absolutely,
Phil.
rather conservative suburb, so you'd think, well, would a midweek auction work there?
Pink jacket, blue jacket, what did we go with, Phil?
No, I had a dark navy, but it did have a stripe to it. Another Happy Hammond suit, thank you, Ted. But we had a lot of people at that auction, Jeremy, so I think that if it works in Malvern, it works anywhere.
We can't talk about the price there, can we?
We can't. No, that one
but can we say it went really, really, really well?
We can say it really went really, really well.
Could we say really enough for each 100,000 over reserve?
No, I'm not going to talk about that. I will talk about the fact that, though, we go from salubrious blue chip Malvern on a Wednesday, and then we go all the way down to 23 Ray Street in Dandenong, where David Thompson brought home the auction honours there, selling that property for $601,000. So it's kind of interesting that if you are a young first home buyer and you want to get into the market and you've got less than $1 million, properties do exist.
How many bedrooms do you get in Dandenong?
That was a 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom, 2-car space property. And Dandenong, if you're not driving peak hour, is really about 30-minute drive from, say, the epicentre of Caulfield. Number 39 Frederick Street was a one of a pair, single-fronted house, attached wall. That was a terrific auction that I actually held on Saturday morning. Shout out to Joel, Sir and the team there. We put that on the market, I think, around the 1.3 mark and sold for $1,525,000.
Do you remember when these used to sell for $800,000?
It
wasn't
not
that long ago.
I know. We don't want to sound like the old men of real estate, but when you say, what's your guess? When would they have sold for $800,000?
They were in the 2000s. There's no question.
Yeah,
I would say, probably 2010. I'm guessing, maybe even more.
2010. I reckon it's only 5 or 6 years ago.
So actually probably 2015. You could, we'll have a look at that.
So the entry now into South Caulfield in a single-fronted house, a semi-detached home, which may be 2 or 3 bedrooms and maybe 1 or 2 bathrooms on anywhere from 300 to 350 square metres of land, fast becoming 1.5, although you can still pick the odd one up for 1.3, 1.4. But that's an amazing result. Let's just jump into what's happening this weekend, because it's going to be a big weekend in real estate.
There's a lot happening.
Last weekend in real estate, viewers, because obviously the weekend after that, everybody's going to have their
jingle bells, Phil.
Their board shorts and sitting in sleighs, waiting to celebrate Santa coming down the chimney. Let's talk about this weekend's auctions. So, Jeremy, who would have ever thought that our last weekend would have 42 auctions if we include our midweek auctions?
I tell you who would have thought it. I would have thought it, because when I looked at my weekend this weekend, I always look at on a Monday what I've got for Saturday and Sunday. Yes. As you probably do, and I look at the weather. Yep. Because we need to dress appropriately.
Well, in my case, or not
inappropriately. Yes. Well, it's going to be 35 on Saturday.
Really?
And I've got a 4:30 auction and on the hour every hour from 10:30. So that makes about 7 or 8 auctions. So I'm hoping we get some sold before. Otherwise, I'm going to be having intravenous Gatorade in the car.
Bit of a tip for just making sure that you get through the day is Gatorade, water and bananas.
But good for potassium, Phil.
Absolutely, absolutely. It just gives you, it's easy to eat in the car between auctions. Obviously, you've got to have one hand on the wheel and one hand on your banana, but just do with that as you will. But massive number of auctions. 7 o'clock tomorrow night. We have home number 2 at 303 Glenaire Road.
This is a single level living at its finest, Philip. 3-bed, 2-bath, 2 cars on Glenaire Road, tucked away there. This is a great home.
It is a great home. I look forward to doing the auction there. I've also got auction honours on Wednesday at 5 p.m, 62 Railway Parade Hyatt.
Development opportunity, Phil, 62 Railway, 11 to 12. That's 585 square metres of prime Hyatt land, Phil, ready to go.
What? We've been doing so much around that Hyatt area without really going looking for the work. The work has found us, so I'm looking forward to doing that. You've got auction honours at 6 p.m. on Wednesday evening at 209 at 3 Greaves Street, St Kilda.
I do, Phil. I'm going to walk out of my office, I'm going to turn left and I'm going to go up the elevator up to level 2, because 209 at 3 Greaves Street is a fabulous 2-bed, 1-bath in the same apartment block where we have our office.
What a great location that is. And at 6 o'clock on Thursday, you've got auction honours in the old Red Tulip Factory building.
I do, and
303 at 10
you don't
Hillingdon
say it too
Place.
fast, Phil. Red Tulip Factory, because you could mess those words up. It won't say anything terrible. It's just, you'll just sound silly. Anyway, 303 at 10, that's a 2-bed, 1-bath, 1 car, as you say, in the Red Tulip Factory, stone's throw from Chapel Street.
Do you know what?
Location.
This is going to show my age, but when Red Tulip used to be there, and I think they moved out about 20 or 30 years ago, you drive down High Street and you could smell the chocolate. It was quite incredible. Also, Jeremy, I've got auction honours on Thursday at 6 p.m. at number 31 Dunoon Court. Tell us about this beauty.
You do. This is brand new, Phil. This is luxurious living just on the little park end of Dunoon Court in Brighton.
Yes.
A fabulous part of Melbourne.
Looks out over the park. We're going to rip through Saturday because we've got a huge number of auctions on Saturday. We kick off at 10:30am at 2 at 47 Golf Links Avenue in Oakley.
We're down in Oakley, a fabulous single-level sanctuary, this one. Phil, 2-bed, 1-bath, double car and a nice little wraparound garden.
So while Gary's doing that, Simon Radolnik is going to be at the same time auctioning 103 at 111 Punt Road, Windsor.
Well, the heading says, Phil, a winning punt for location and accommodation. There's a pun.
Yes.
2-bed, 2-bath, 1 car in Windsor there. Fabulous.
Yep, great location. 10:30 also, I've got auction honours at number 23 Leopold Street in Caulfield South.
Picture postcard, perfect facade here, double-fronted timber home, 1.6 to 1.76, a beautiful home.
Really is beautiful. Also at 10th, look at the smorgasbord of offerings we've got at 10:30 because you've got the auction honours at apartment number 3 at 203 Alma Road, St Kilda East.
Yes, just up the road from where I used to live, Phil, on Alma Road. This has got a little height advantage there over the rest of Alma, on the peak of Alma Hill there. 2-bed, 1-bath, 1 car, ready to go. Great floor plan,
and
this one.
Graham Callum is doing our last auction at 10:30. That's 5 auctions at 10:30. He's doing apartment number 10 at 19 Emily Street in Carnegie.
This is a good one, Phil, and I think all the investors and owner-occupiers should get down there because that'll be a great offering.
It will be. Let's talk about what's happening at 11:30. First up at 11:30 is number 3 Hilton Court in Bentley East. Gary's got the auction honours working with Jan Dosen from our Bentley office.
This is a cool single-level house, Phil. It's got a bit of that 60s vibe. 150 to 1250, ready to move into straight away.
We move at 11:30 to 24B Tatong Road in Brighton East, where I'll be meeting Glenn Bricker.
You will, and Glenn Bricker is taking Brighton East by storm here with another beautiful modern home in that little triangle of Brighton East.
A beautiful spot. At 11:30 we've also got apartment number 102 at 9 Railway Parade in Murrumbina. Lior Samuel has auction honours there with his brother Aviv.
This is a no-brainer, 2-bed, 2-bath, 1 car. You put this in the investment portfolio and watch your asset grow, Phil.
You could do that. Also, you could put 4 at 29 Cambrook Road, Caulfield North. Gary's got auction honours there with Jack Slater.
Well, it's always dangerous having Gary so close to the racetrack. He'll either turn up or he won't turn up. It's a bit of a gamble, but this is a great investment grade buying there. One bedroom, 1.5 bathroom, Phil, and 1 car space with a fabulous courtyard garden.
I've got auction honours with Lamore Herskovitz at 12:30 at number 97 Orong Road, Elsternwick. And if you don't mind, I'm going to talk about this.
Please.
Because it is the most beautiful home, as many as 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, plenty of off-street car parking, a gorgeous facade. This is the whole family package, including a swimming pool in the back garden, which gets all of the western and northern orientation.
It does, Phil, and it's in the north corner as well.
We have number 81 McKinnon Road, McKinnon, which goes to auction at 12:30 with Lior Samuel.
This is this 81 McKinnon Road?
It is.
This is an interesting one here. You've got some sort of strategic corner freehold with this because you can make this as a myriad of opportunities, whether you're a doctor, a GP, a psychologist, or just somebody who wants it as a house.
Great opportunities there.
Subject to the council's approval.
Of course, everything's subject to council approval, but a very, very flexible property. We've got 2 at 2 Ravensgrove at 12:30. You've got auction honours there with Michael Jonas.
A Deco Charmer, Phil, 2-bed, 1 bath in Ravensgrove, just off Alma Road.
Another great address, 5 at 2 Parkside Street in Elsternwick. With you're doing that one as well at 1:30 on Saturday.
They don't call it Parkside for nothing, Phil, because believe it or not, it's on the side of the park, aspect overlooking that fabulous park off Glen Huntly Road. Parkside is as good a position, 550 to 6. You'll enjoy this one.
Genius name, there's no question. I move on to Lexton Grove, which is a fabulous street just off Dandenong Road in the heart of Paran. That is going to be handled, or is being handled, by Darren Crongold. That is 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, plenty of off-street car parking. And Lexton Grove, I mean, is it Paran, is it Armidale, is it St Kilda East, or is it Caulfield North? Because it's literally on the boundary of those 4 incredible suburbs. At 1:30, gee, we're having a feast of beautiful homes and apartments. 2 at 1 Armidale Street, Armidale. Lior Samuel with Noah Briggs.
Yes, the vibe, Phil. The value and the vibe is the heading that we've run with, 470 to 510. That's 2 bed, 1 bath, 1 car. Again, in just the best place to buy in Melbourne, Armidale.
1 Raglan Street, St Kilda East. I've got auction honours there. And Gary may be there as well. So
and
how
I
about
might
that?
be there as well, Phil.
Oh, it's getting better by the moment. Tell us about that.
This is a gorgeous period home that's been fully redeveloped and renovated. It's Edwardian elegance on about 292 square metres of prime St Kilda East land, a stone's throw from the Alma Road Park.
Great spot there, and another great spot not far from there is apartment number 8 at 5 Fulton Street, St Kilda East. You've got auction honours there with Nikki Janover.
I do. This is, I would say, St Kilda East's answer to Melrose Place. Tennis court, swimming pool, all part of the block. 1 bed, 1 bath. This is a great one.
That is an extraordinary property. Apartment number 6 at 379 Dandenong Road, Armidale. Simon Radolnik is going to be auctioning. Leon Gusenfitter has been the handling agent for that. Interesting about that property because it says Dandenong Road, but it actually has an entry via Denby Road, which is one of Armidale's top streets. That's a 2-bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car space, beautiful, beautiful apartment.
And a good courtyard as well there.
Absolutely. 7 at 69 Edgar Street, North Glenaire. Graham Callan, auction honours there.
A great spot here, Phil. This will be in the early 5s. It's 2 bed, 1 bath, 1 car with a gorgeous balcony.
And looking straight into the trees, that really is a beautiful home. 43 Schultz Street in Bentley East. I've got auction honours there with Daniel Peer, another beautiful looking town residence.
Double story, Phil.
Yep.
4 beds, 3 bath, 2 car. Very rare offering.
Everything that opens and shuts there. Apartment number 14 at 26 Wellington Street, St Kilda, back in your hood. You've got auction honours there with Michael Jonas.
I do. 2 bed, 1 bath, 1 car, just up the road from Fitzroy Street there in Wellington
great
Street.
spot there. 8 at 36 Rosella Street in Murrumbina. Lior Samuel will be auctioning.
This is as close as you can get to everything that matters about Murrumbina. A great 1 bedroom, 1 bath, 1 car.
And rounding out a very busy Saturday, you have an auction with Lamora at apartment number 13 at 380 Inkerman Street, St Kilda East.
1 bed, 1 bath, 1 car. It's light filled and it's got a lovely treetop balcony, Phil.
And the last auction for Saturday is apartment number 103 at 111 Poth Road, Murrumbina. Graham Callan, busy guy with Dan Dyson.
This is big. It's oversized. 2 bed, 1 bath, 1 car in Poth Road. A great location.
A great spot. Busy day on Sunday, although not as busy as our Saturday. We might need some recovery time, I think, but then we've got all of the rest of December and part of January. Now, we kick off with apartment number 304 at 171 Inkerman Street, St Kilda. Jeremy, you are auctioning that together with Glenn Bricker.
I am. 2 bed, 1.5 bath, 1 car, over 2 levels. Bit of a cool design with this one on Inkerman Street.
And speaking of cool designs, how much do we love Addison Street? Number 2 at 7 Addison Street, Elwood.
Well, we love everything about Elwood, and we love this block because it's just a walk-up starter. 2 bed, 1 bath, 1 car.
Samuel has got auction.
He's lucky.
Auction honours there. Gary's got the wonderful job of auctioning number 2A Wilk Street, Caulfield North. Now that is a great property in a great street.
You know what this house reminds me of, Phil? If you turn the lights off, if you make it more of a darker shot and you turn all the lights on, it's like the house from Home Alone. Because it's got that big double-fronted, stately, grand proportioned
just for the record, that house in Home Alone was a beautiful home before they started filming, and even at the end of when they started filming.
Huge family home, Phil.
It's what I would describe as statuesque. Got great accommodation, that one. So that's a terrific one.
I'd like to be described as statuesque one day.
I don't know whether that will ever happen, but good luck with that. 19 Centre Road, Carnegie. Lior Samuel, auction honours there.
This is the new standard, I think, Phil. The 3 beds there, 2 bath and 2 car. This is a fabulous home over 3 glorious levels.
It is. Apartment number 3 at 140 Brighton Road, back in your hood, Jeremy.
This is a beautiful older style apartment, Phil, on the ground floor, right in the heart of Elstonwick, just a stone's throw from Elwood. Beautiful older style 2 bed, 1 bath, looking for around 7 to 750.
Great spot there. Apartment number 4 at 635 Inkerman Road, Caulfield North.
Well, the trend of 3-level living continues, Phil. We've got living over 3 levels, 3 bed, 3 bath, 2 car. This is outstanding.
At 1230 241 Glenaire Road, Caulfield North.
Endless potential, Phil. 686 approximately square metres of titled measured land across the road from a dear favourite of yours, Glover Station.
Glover
if I'm not
Station, it is. And what a great, that's got dual opportunity. Obviously, you could redevelop that site subject to council approval, but it's got a beautiful Federation home on it.
It's got a good frontage too, Phil.
Yeah, that could be
18.3 metres.
Something wonderful could happen there, whichever way you go. Also at 1:30, we've got two auctions, 214 Buran Road, Ormonds, which Lior has auction honours there.
He does. There's a nice little Spanish mission in that little part of Caulfield South / Ormond that was the old JV Jennings, was that his name?
Yes.
That area. He built all of these homes,
He did. And that's a gorgeous facade, a beautiful home and great location with all of the facilities of Ormond on your doorstep. I've got auction honours at 1:30 at number 25 Langdon Road, Caulfield North, which is a stunning family home on approximately 875 square metres of land. Now that's 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, plenty of off-street car parking, a big garage, magnificent back garden. That is a fabulous family home. Whoever buys that is going to love living there.
I think you'll find, Phil, this is one of the last premier blue chip high-end properties that are going to the market for 2021, so I expect some competitive bidding here,
I
Phil.
think you will find that will be the case. Speaking of that, I'm ending my auction day with Glenn Bricker at number 8 Edgery Road in Caulfield North, which is a great home. I've had the pleasure of going through there. One of two things is going to happen there, Jeremy. We can either sell this to somebody who is just going to celebrate the existing home, which is a beautiful solid brick home, but it also sits on a wonderful parcel of land that faces north at the back. So it may end up going to either a land buyer or somebody who will celebrate the house, because the house is a big, beautiful, solid home.
And locations, they don't get much better than Edgery, Phil.
Edgery's really in my top 10 of streets of Caulfield North. And we end the day and we end our auction year, Jeremy.
No, we don't.
No? Tell me.
Because we've got a few next week.
Wow, midweek auctions.
Monday and Tuesday, we're rolling out the red carpet one more time.
Okay, who would have thought? Anyway, the last auction weekend in Melbourne, we're going to finish at 2:30 with 275A Kunang Road, Carnegie. Lior Samuel auction honours for Jack Slater.
This is a really cool single level, fully renovated home, Phil, with 4 beds, 3 bath, off-street parking for multiple vehicles. This will end up around 1,450, 1,600 in there somewhere, and a good home. And really, what a fit out in here. This
Beautiful,
is
beautiful. And good luck to all of our owners that are selling this weekend. Big auction offerings in Melbourne. The market is well and truly alive. And I think, interestingly, Jeremy, we're going to say over the next week to 10 days before literally Christmas Eve, there'll be a lot of buyer activity. So any of our properties that have been passed in over the last couple of weeks, buyers, viewers, make sure you're paying them careful attention, because there are some great opportunities in the marketplace. 2022 beckons.
Phil, it does indeed, and I'm excited about what it's going to look like. Are we going to give predictions, or should we shelve that for your show next week?
We've got one more GPTV next week, so we won't be shy of making predictions next week. Jem, always great to have you on GPTV.
Fantastic to be invited, Phil.
And I'm excited to talk more with you at some point about what's going on in your office.
I thought you wanted to talk to me about suits.
Suits. Viewers, if you think I should calm down my wardrobe, it's eclectic. I would like to think it's of high taste. But if you, like Ted McDonald, want to Ted McDonald,
now you're going to get him upset.
If you want to have a crack at me, just like Ted, send your crack in at ideas@garypeer.com.au, because I have broad shoulders,
thick skin as well.
No amount of criticism that I can't cope with. Although really, there's just a sad little boy crying underneath
in the corner, in the fetal position at home. So don't be fooled by that thick exterior, folks. He's a human like the rest of us.
Jeremy, always great to have you on the show. Always enjoy your company. We've got to get your people to call my people so we can spend more together in 2022, when you will be coming out with lots of announcements about your incredible year ahead.
Yes.
Viewers, thanks for watching. I'm Philip Kingston. Have a great week.
I'm Jeremy Rosens. Thanks for watching.